White Peas, Sting, Ed Sheeran, Tom Jones, Lionel Richie. I've moved on from Sting now. These are just some of the artists who have performed at the AFL Grand Final, and who could forget Meatloaf? Now, for the first Grand Final held in Perth, several Western Australian bands are vying for the halftime stage. You've got to think Eskimo Joe's out there, but also the Albany Shantymen. Have a look.
Come down in their flocks to be rollicking randy dandy oh. So heave apart and heave away, way hey roll and go. Soon may the Wellerman come and bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go.
Oh, so love this.
So good. Got my toes and my heels tapping. The Shantymen members Andrew Collins and Gary Greenwald join us right now, along with the rest of the band. Good morning.
Morning, team.
Gentlemen.
Morning.
Good morning. Hey. So, Andrew, to you first. I mean, you recently performed at the Fremantle versus Brisbane AFL game. So, hey, the grand final, you know, it's just a natural progression, right?
I suppose that's one way of looking at it. The way that we're looking at it is as a fairy tale, a bit like Marlon Pickett a couple of years ago. Remember that story? Never played an AFL game. Richmond picked him to play in the grand final. It was a risk. But for us to play in the grand final, big risk, particularly given our lack of musical ability, but what a story.
No, I reckon it's great. Well, listen, Gary, the Premier Mark McGowan had this to say about your AFL campaign.
The Albany Shantymen,
they're famous.
They'll be great. The Albany Have you heard of the Albany?
Yeah, they're good.
Okay.
They're on the internet.
I've had a lot of lobbying on this point, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of lobbying, and you guys actually sent in your CD and a letter to the Premier. Have you heard back from his office yet?
Oh, first of all, I think he would have been devastated with that slip because he's been a big fan of ours for a long time. I've had a few missed calls in the last few days. I'm assuming it's him. He does this from time to time when he's asking to join the band. Mark, I will call you back, I promise you.
Maybe that's what he's just waiting for. He just wants to join the band and then he'll give you the green light.
The problem is that he's a soprano, so it's really tough to be a part of the...
Maybe he can just, like, do the tambourine or something.
Exactly.
I mean, Andrew, the Albany...
It is budget week, actually, in WA, so he's probably just finding that line item at the moment to get the Shantymen on stage.
You guys are politically across this. I love it.
I like it. Andrew, the Albany Shantymen, you guys have been credited for the sea shanty craze that started on TikTok. I mean, did you ever think that you'd see the day when sea shanties became mainstream?
We're a tad shocked, but I suppose when it comes down to it, we're not that surprised because it's really accessible music. Anyone, I mean, look at us. You know, I know we're relatively athletic and relatively handsome, but we're not musical gods. Anyone can do it. It's infectious, and particularly performing at the grand. Well, if we perform at the grand final, it resonates with the footy audience because footy team songs are a bit like that. It's just sing loud with gusto, have a smile, put your arm around your mate. Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Gary's birthday, Gaza. Look, you're going to take part in the Albany International Folk and Shanty Festival. We can ask you so many more things, but I'd rather, Gary, it's your birthday, you and the Shantymen, just give us a rip-roaring number right now. Let's do an audition for the premiere.
Imagine you're in the locker room.
Now we are ready to head for the horn. Way, hey, roll and go. Our boots and our quilt boys are rolling the pond. To be rollicking randy dandy oh. So heave apart and heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy oh. We're outward bound for Valley Power. Way, there's a hell of a way to be rollicking randy dandy oh. So heave apart and heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy dandy oh. So heave apart and heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to be rollicking randy.
guys, I felt my testosterone rise from the boys there.
I felt mine too.
Fantastic. Oh, wow, that's surprising.
That's how good it was.
Really surprising.
Yeah.
Guys, I think this is going to happen. I will this to happen for you
You've got
all.
my vote.
Good luck and happy birthday to you, Gary.
Happy birthday, Gazza.
Good on you, lads. I hope the Premier makes this.
Oh, after that.
How can you
not?
not? It's so infectious. It'd be so great.
And it's so, as you said, uplifting.
And as they said, it's a Cinderella story. It really is.
It's their fairy tale. Love it.